Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. There's the mayor, Fred Hoiberg. His first go-around as a NBA head coach took over for Tom Thibodeau, who was wildly successful but let go. Tony Snell's in the starting lineup. Niko Mirotic can shoot it from deep. Pau Gasol, now in his 15th year. Jimmy Butler, an emerging superstar. And Derrick Rose, the MVP back in 2011. That five will go up against Steve Clifford's bunch. The Hornets 0-3 looking for their first win. Currently 7 winless teams in the NBA. Hairston, Williams, Jefferson, that front wall, Batum, and Walker in the backcourt. It's been the same starting five for all 4 games so far this season for the Hornets. With Stephanie Reddy and Del Curry, I'm Eric Collins. Tap is won by the guys wearing white. The Hornets walk the ball across the timeline.
You know, we talked about, is there a panic amongst this team? No, because coach is still trusting the same starting lineup. So all's good in Hornets land, even though we haven't gotten a victory.
Good start for the locals. PJ Hairston right to the 10.
Get the ball side to side, make the defense move. It opens up a lane, and PJ takes the lane right to the hoop.
That's just the third 2-point field goal made by Hairston through 4 games. Been almost exclusively an outside jump shooter. Long 2-pointer. Jimmy Butler gets it to rattle home.
That may be where his toughest assignment will be on the defensive end. He's matched up against Jimmy Butler. He has really expanded his offensive game. He's got so many tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, think about PJ, who he's guarded. Dwayne Wade. Then the Atlanta guys, when they went small, he had to guard a point guard. And now he's got Butler.
Good off-balance shot made. Marvin Williams.
Marvin Williams has been spectacular this beginning part of the season. He's been very consistent, aggressive when he needs to be, but taking what the defense gives him and showing up defensively.
Mirotic. One and done, rebounded by Williams inside. Hornets last year split 4 games against the Bulls. Big on big. Al Jefferson, just too quick. Rose past Gasol.
Big on big. Big Al likes that matchup. It's in his name. And a quick first step right around Gasol with a layup.
Big Al light on his feet now. With all the weight he lost this offseason, he is looking quite nimble out there.
Derrick Rose has not made a 3-pointer this year. That one rims out. He's 0 for 6 from behind the arc. Jefferson thought about an elbow jumper. Now he'll try it on the block. Handoff, Kemba Walker! The Hornets are 4 for 4 from the field.
Well, I thought Al might have made a mistake turning down that little elbow jumper, but Kemba Walker with the entry pass, fakes right, a quick burst left, and the Hornets are 4-4 from the field. Good start.
Jimmy Butler. You know, without Jimmy Butler, the Bulls would be lost. Hornets up by 3.
You could have said that a lot last year as well without Jimmy Butler.
True indeed.
Jimmy Butler was the 30th overall pick in 2011, but he is one of the top 10 players in the league nowadays. Jefferson. He's the first miss.
You call that a steal. But with Jimmy Butler.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My goodness. Anti-lottery player.
Look at Al with the closeout. Good hands up.
Inside, everyone lost track of Mirotic.
That cannot happen. That sort of defensive breakdown will drive a coach crazy, especially this early in the game.
Yeah, you want to build your defense from inside out. And you don't want a guy like Mirotic with his shooting skill to get easy layup like that for his first shot.
Kemba Walker zigzags inside and throws it away. Didn't have anyone to pass it to. And we're going to see a lot of these Chicago Bulls next Friday, 10 days' time. These 2 clubs will meet up at the United Center in Chicago.
We expected this game to be very fast-paced and up-tempo, and this is the first dead ball we've seen so far.
Charlotte's off to a very good start offensively, 4-5. Look at Al as Gasol gives him the lane. He takes it, and then Kemba, look at that quick step to the right, and then reverses it, kind of uses Gasol and Big Al as a screen there, and no resistance at the rim.
That works so well, Del, because Gasol is afraid to leave Al. When Al is that close to the rim, he cannot leave him, so that's a perfectly executed play.
Let's take a look at tonight's 4 keys to the game. Dell, let's start with you.
For the offensive end, you need more consistent flow. We saw that in the start of the fourth quarter. You didn't make some shots. You've got to be spaced, get organized, just have more of a consistent offensive flow.
And I think they have to be organized. And no surprise that I picked that word, because Coach Clifford really was harping on that post game. And you even heard a couple players say that to Dell pregame. The organization is the key. They've got to figure out what they're doing and everyone stick to the same plan.
Snell misses a long 2. And the Hornets up 3 with the ball. 4 minutes into this one. All 5 starters for the Hornets have scored exactly 2 points. And that trend continues. Batum misses the jumper. Gasol, he's been doing that for a while. 35-year-old now in his 15th season.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time. He just casually walks up the floor, gets into his range. You think he's out of the play. A quick reversal pass, and he knocks down a mid-range.
Gasol's been playing so long, his original team was the Vancouver Grizzlies. Jefferson hits it. He's got 4 first quarter points.
Now operating from the right side of the floor. You didn't see it a lot since he's been here, but he's trying every year to incorporate that side of the floor more into his offensive game.
Good hand by Jefferson. Tried to do it 2 times in a row, and this time gets called for being a little handsy.
I like it, though. I like the aggressiveness. I like the fact that he is locked in defensively and really putting some effort on that side of the ball.
And locked in is right, Stephanie. He knows that Gasol has that range, so he's up, making sure that he does not get a clean look at the basket. So we'll take that foul.
But we won't tell Coach Cliff we said that.
Oh, my goodness. Middleton. That was a good 5 feet behind the arc.
If that would have gone in, I mean, I know that he's got the green light. I know he's a shooter, but that was deep.
Really was. And the shot clock was winding down, but he could have put it on the floor if he chose to.
P.J. Harrison playing with some fire early. He's got 5. Derrick Rose, a little bit short, can't get his own miss. Run down by Williams. 3 on 3. Skip pass. Marvin Williams had a layup. If he could only hold on to the basketball. No worries. Al Jefferson, 2 more. 17-9. The Hornets on top of the Bulls.
Big Al putting in a lot of work outside the paint, and I like that.
So far, so good. The Hornets, they've made 7 of 9 shots from the field. They lead by 8. Hornets basketball is brought to you by Novant Health, by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte, and by CPI Security. The Hornets riding a 7-0 run over the last minute 5 seconds to take a 17-9 lead over the Bulls. Tonight's Inactive List is brought to you by Novant Health.
Well, MKG, of course, I mean, we know that that's going to be pretty standard procedure, but Aaron Harrison, he is hopeful that he can earn his way onto the active roster at some point this season. It's going to be tough for him, though.
Yeah, it is. It's just being a rookie, you got to pay your price sometimes, and unfortunately that involves coming to the game and watching in the suit.
Fumbled out of bounds. It will stay with the Bulls. 11 on the shot clock. 1 sub checking in for the Hornets, Cody Zeller. Cody playing with an extra bit of zip. Earlier today, he had his 4th-year option on his contract picked up. Congratulations to Cody, and congratulations to the Hornets. Turnaround inside, Pau Gasol.
Cody Zeller had some issues with dehydration over the last couple of days. He even lost a lot of weight. He had to get an IV, and he says he feels a lot better now, but it's a little scary. He's got to make sure he takes care of himself as Al Jefferson presents us with a Jack in the Box here inside Time Warner Cable Arena with the uppick.
Big fella, nimble, walking down the lane.
8 first quarter points for Jefferson. Now trying to stop Gasol. Middleton again, well behind the arc, and this time he drills it.
He creates a different set of challenges at that 4th spot because he lines up so deep. He has good range and confidence to go with that range.
He has now made 13 3-pointers through the first 5 games. Inside, Zeller missed with the left hand. Missed opportunity. Ball may have slipped out of the fingers.
Yeah, Eric, I think you're right. I think it slipped right out of his hands. I think if he'd have known how open he was, he'd have went up with two hands and just dunked that basketball.
Middleton putting it on the floor. Tapped around, Kemba Walker's got it. Great offensive start for the Hornets. Look at that pass. Cody Zeller did well just to stop it. Jefferson.
One thing that's improved, Dell, is the fact that they're moving the ball a lot quicker now. They may not make the shot like we just saw that last possession, but nobody held onto the ball. It hopped right around.
Yeah, you're not seeing any one-on-one offensive plays. It's ball movement, and then it's quick decisions, whether that be pass or shoot.
Batum caught it, threw it up, almost got it to fall. He was fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Made a pair just a moment ago.
Boy, Al Jefferson has been doing a good job of scoring, but also being a facilitator off the entry pass. He's been very unselfish and giving the cutters the basketball when they can do something with it.
And it's such pretty basketball. I mean, the give and go play is basic elementary school basketball, but when it's executed the right way, it's just so beautiful.
Batum as a Hornet is 6 for 7 at the line, makes it 7 for 8. Changes for both sides. Spencer Hawes enters. He replaces P.J. Hairston. Jeremy Lamb also into the game. Al Jefferson sits for the Bulls. Joakim Noah into the game for the first time, and Doug McDermott also on the floor, along with Aaron Brooks spelling Derrick Rose. Spencer Hawes. Lead is 7 for the Hornets.
Both teams making changes and bringing in offensive players.
Elbow jumper. Butler got really high up on that shot and drills it. Hard to remember what the knock was on Jimmy Butler when he came out of Marquette. He seems to be able to do it all. Kemba Walker, 2 more.
Seeing a good mid-range game by both teams right now. And knock on Jimmy Walker was, Butler was, is he a 2 or a 3? And can he make consistent field goals in this league? I think that is answered very quickly. He can play a 2, slide over to the 3, and his shot offensive game is very ready for the NBA.
And Batum is fouled on the way up. Was he behind the arc? Jimmy Butler reached in and grabbed the wrist.
Foul charge to the Bulls, number 21. Line up for free throws, man. Free throws. Jimmy Butler.
Clearly behind the line, but did you see Cody hand that ball off and just slide over just enough to widen the path that Butler had to get to catch up to Batum, and therefore he reached because he could not follow him step for step. Good job by Cody.
Those are the little things that you learn as you play longer in the NBA. As a rookie, Cody Zeller would not have done that little thing. It's so minute, but as you said, Del, it makes a huge difference in this league. That's the difference between a good shot and a bad shot.
And Cody's also got to know, okay, I'm handing this off to Batum, who can shoot a 3. If I'm handing it off to a guy who's not a 3-point shooter, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to roll and try to get myself open, but he knows that Batum has 3-point range. It's in his game, so he hands it off and slides over, gets him a shot.
3 free throws for Batum. I want to ask you about the Chicago Bulls. Last couple of years, Tom Thibodeau won a whole bunch of games during the regular season as their head coach. He's been replaced by Fred Hoiberg, different styles. What do you think of the move?
Well, not being there and being inside the organization, of course, everyone questioned, why you get rid of Tom Thibodeau. He's done a great job. More of a defensive-minded coach. I think they wanted the offense to open up a little bit more like we've seen early in the year, more 3-point shooting to score the basketball. They thought their defense was where it was at, but if they could score the basketball, they could get where they want to, especially in the Eastern Conference.
And you hear sometimes where players will start to tune out coaches if they are really harsh with their message and their delivery, and it's constantly happening throughout the game. And you would hear some Bulls players kind of grunt and groan about that. And I don't necessarily think that that's a good strategy, because I think if you're a good coach, that's not going to change. But this has turned into a league where the players get to dictate a lot of what happens.
It is a players' league. If your star players start to moan and grumble, the organization's got to stand behind the players. They have longer contracts, bigger numbers, so coach is never going to win that battle.
Timeout on the floor. Fred Hoiberg's first trip here to Charlotte as the head coach of the Bulls not going as planned. The Hornets up impressively early on. They've got a 10-point working margin. 2:35 remaining, first quarter. Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by Cricket Wireless, proud sponsor of opening week in the NBA, by your local Ford dealer, and by Charlotte Comfort Systems. Now the Hornets off to a really good start. They're on top of the Chicago Bulls 26-16, 26 first quarter points already for the Hornets. That's a good sign. Take a look at the promotion by Papa John's. The day after, the Hornets scored 95 or more points, receive half off the regular menu price of your entire order. Enter promo code Hornets95 to redeem. Got to get to 95 points. 6 on the shot clock. Batum, catch and shoot. Got it! Long jumper goes in. That's a 2. He was on the line. Batum with 9 first quarter points.
Shot it right over the top of Jimmy Butler. Butler did not want to get too close. He didn't want to pick up that second foul.
Butler rocks the baseline. Extra pass. Finds Doug McDermott. And McDermott has done that a lot this year. Didn't play much at all rookie year. But as a second-year pro, he's figuring things out.
Yeah, that's his 8th three-pointer of the year. He had 13 all of last year.
He's figured it out.
Yeah, another 4-year guy to score.
Jeremy Lamb hits his first shot attempt. We wondered how he would perform. Had his life changed earlier today, signing a contract extension. Middleton, dump off to Noah. Joakim Noah has been lost so far this year. Wild shot missed by Middleton. Lead is 11. What a wonderful start.
On both ends of the floor, Charlotte's played a clean defensive game as well. The Bulls have yet to go to the free throw line. Big Al's been there 7 times. Excuse me, Nick has been there 7 times for the Hornets.
You mentioned that, Dalek. Look at his line. Nick Batum, he's got 9 points and only 1 made field goal. That is impressive for first quarter play.
Yeah.
Dale, we talked about it in Hornets Live pregame show. 2-point field goals. The Hornets just 41%. Right now, they have made 10 of 14 shots inside the arc. Totally different than anything we've seen so far this year. Jeremy Lin draws the foul. That's been his specialty.
Well, I tell you what, I haven't seen this many open lanes against the Chicago Bulls team in a long time. The Hornets are moving the basketball and really attacking the lanes and making good decisions with the basketball.
And Del, you brought it up earlier when you talked about how they are passing the basketball to each other, not a lot of one-on-one play.
The Hornets mobile app is your source for up-to-the-minute stats on game night, a live stream of the radio broadcast, and much more exclusive content. You can download the Charlotte Hornets mobile app now for free in the App Store. Jeremy Lin, 15 for 16 at the free throw line so far this season. The Hornets 9 for 9 here in the first quarter.
Love that. Look at that. Bulls 0 for 0.
Aaron Brooks, tough shot. One and done, rebounded Batum. Lamb blows by McDermott. Cody Zeller!
All set up because of Jeremy Lamb's textbook shot fake. He showed the ball, defender bit 100%. Drive and dish. Excellent job by Lamb.
2 guys securing their future with contract extensions earlier today, combining.
Cody with the anticipation and gets a steal.
Spencer Hawes, this would be huge! He's got it! And look at that lead!
Spencer Hawes, his first 3 of the season. Right in rhythm, good pass right to his chest, knocked it down.
I believe a certain someone said that that would be important to happen. He would be an X factor hitting a 3. Who was that, Eric?
A bailout. Jimmy Butler is fouled. This has been the first trip to the free throw line towards Chicago.
Look at Lamb. Nice setup, draws 2 or 3 Bulls, and Noah late sliding over. Cody knows he's got to go up and flush it down because he got a shot blocker. And then Spencer Haas, Jeremy Lin with the drive kick. Noah does not want to close out, can't close out enough, and Spencer says, hey, I remember how to do that.
Well, if you missed Hornets Live, the pregame show, it was Del Curry who said that Spencer Hawes would be an X factor for tonight, needing to make a three-pointer, and already proved him right.
It's easier to play when you have a lead. We talked about, Eric, maybe Hornets not shooting well from the two-point line. When you have a lead and you're playing loose and you're moving the basketball, everybody's involved, that basket just seems a little bigger.
How about a 40-point first quarter? Cody Zeller! That would have given the Hornets 40 through 12 minutes. But still, no reason to hang your head. 9 Hornets played, 9 Hornets scored. The Hornets shoot 72% from the field. What a first quarter for the locals. The second quarter in a moment. It's the best first quarter, but the best any quarter for the Charlotte Hornets so far through 4 games. Tonight's first quarter stats presented by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte.
Field goal percentage, it's the one we love to look at to start the game. Hornets are off the charts already.
And Coach Clifford loves the rebounding area. It's one and done right now for the Bulls. The Hornets are shooting such lights out from the field. Can they keep this up? It's like birdieing your first hole in 18 holes. Where do you go from here?
And a travel down on the block. And Cody Zeller may have influenced the travel on Taj Gibson, who doesn't agree that he shuffled the shoes. Fred Hoiberg taking over for Tom Thibodeau. Fred Hoiberg had much success coaching out in the Big 12. He was at Iowa State in Ames, Iowa. That is his hometown. When he played at Iowa State, he was known as the mayor. He was so popular in Ames. But the thinking was if he ran for mayor, he'd win. Cody Zeller again!
He ran straight to the basket and he won against a very good defender, Taj Gibson.
Go ahead, Cody Zeller. What dehydration.
Aaron Brooks tries to bank it off the window. Rebounded Hawes.
I mean, just look at the second unit that Charlotte has on the floor right now. Last year, Coach Clifford could not put this type of talent on the floor. And the front office went out, did something about it. Now they have guys with experience in the league that know how to play with each other. Cody's down.
Ooh. Oh. Cody is down and hurting right now. The shot is made by Aaron Brooks, but we're going to have a timeout right now. Cody Zeller took something right to the top of the head.
There's a lot of blood down there on the court right now.
Oh, wow. Noah left elbow.
And that was immediate.
And you can just see the blood.
You know, Cody's going to go right back to that locker room and get attended to.
Cody Zeller has a history, too, of having facial injuries. You recall last year he broke his nose. There were 2 different incidents, but more than 2 fractures in the nose. So he has, unfortunately for him, suffered a lot of pain in that area. And we can't tell yet, but we know there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, and remember he refused to wear the mask.
Yeah.
The protective mask for the nose when he came back to play after breaking.
I have not seen that much blood on a basketball court in a very long time.
It's a steady stream.
Well, replacing Cody Zeller on the floor is going to be Frank Kaminsky. Frank playing against his hometown team. He is a Chicago guy, born and bred. He escaped the state line, played his collegiate basketball in Wisconsin, but he still calls Chicago home. At least he did during the summers when he was away playing for the Wisconsin Badgers. Now he's a native of Charlotte.
Yeah, he won't call it home. It might still be home in his heart, but he'll be right here working on his game.
10:47 remaining in our first half. What a start for the Hornets. 39-23, they lead over the Bulls. The Hornets looking for their first win against a Bulls team that has won 3 out of their first 4, including an opening night win over the Eastern Conference champion Cleveland Cavaliers.
This has been an extended break because there was so much blood to clean up. It wasn't just at the point of contact. There was a trail of blood that they had to clean up every spot that dropped on the court.
Derrick Rose returns for Chicago. And entering for your opponents, number 44.
Kaminsky with a touch up high over to Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lin also on the floor with Marvin Williams and Spencer Hawes. Williams banging with Doug McDermott. Derrick Rose back on the floor. Derrick is playing with a mask, had a orbital fracture close to his eye socket. And a steal. Derrick Rose had it for a moment, then lost it out of bounds.
Jeremy Lamb, you're seeing the advantage he has with that length. He snatched that ball right out of the air. Derrick Rose didn't even see him.
Now, as good as the offense has been for the Hornets, it hasn't come at the cost of turnovers. They're protecting the basketball and shooting it well. Just 1 turnover through the first 14 minutes. Jeremy Lamb, his second field goal.
That was a tough shot. He caught it going toward the basket and shot a little one-legged back step. So if you really had to exaggerate, get that ball up over the rim.
Former Purdue Boilermaker Etwan Moore, his first make. Hawes has already made 1 3, this time gets inside from floater! The Hornets have a wonderful collection of well-rounded bigs. With what Kaminsky can do, what Hawes can do, so skilled for 7-footers. Doug McDermott tosses it in.
And again, Hawes is able to put the ball on the floor and get to the right hand because of the spacing. Look how spaced they are on the floor.
Lin got his man up in the air and draws the foul. He was on the line, so that's going to be 2 free throws. Taj Gibson, the personal.
And again, look, Taj really has to help because, again, Lin with good body movement. It's a helping defense that Chicago plays, and you forget who you're guarding and you take the bite.
Hornets still perfect at the line, 9 for 9. Batum and Lin have attempted all the free throws tonight. Batum 7 for 7, Lin 2 for 2.
It has been confirmed. 2 shots at the line. Jeremy Lin.
The home season just getting started. You can lock in the best seats and enjoy some great savings with a ticket plan. Full season memberships, half season, and mini plans are all available now. Place to be in Uptown Time Warner Cable Arena. A lot of excitement for this year's edition of the Hornets, the only fly in the ointment, trying to pick up that first win. Derrick Rose contested shot. That's the first 2 points for Derrick Rose. Lin, behind the back pass to Hawes, nothing there. That would have been the shot of the night. That was difficult. Pass too hot to handle. That's another turnover for the Bulls. They're down by 16 and being careless. 5 turnovers. Jeremy Lamb had missed a shot. Made his first 3.
Young fella is feeling good.
He's confident.
Stephanie, I asked you before the game, I said, how do you play when you sign a huge contract extension on the morning of a game? Does it bother you? Does your head explode?
Of course, I couldn't speak to that exactly. I've never signed a deal quite like that.
You play carefree, that's how you play.
Hawes, got it! His second 3-pointer of the first half, and the Hornets already at half 100.
Wow. Could not have started and continued to play any better are the guys in white. We got a timeout on the floor, and Spencer Hawes is showing the fans why he was brought here. Spot up, knock it down, big fella. Charlotte up big.
To 29, the Hornets on top of the Bulls. 8:05 remaining in our second quarter. This week, as part of the Hoops for Troops program, the NBA family and the Department of Defense are teaming up to give back in better communities. Please join us and share your commitment to service by visiting nba.com/hoops for troops, or tweet using hashtag hoops for troops. You can see the red, white, and blue. Very special initiative. Well, how about this? Just crunch the numbers. And even though the Hornets have not won a game so far this year, because of their huge lead right now on the Bulls, if you added up all the points scored by the Hornets and all the points given up by the Hornets through 4 games, they've actually scored more points this year than they've given up.
That's good news.
Yeah, they've been in every game. I mean, you just been able to win one.
Frank Kaminsky had an open look for 3, took a 2 instead, and he's still scoreless. Kaminsky is the only Hornet to play today who has not scored from the field.
That's a shot where you could either shoot it straight on like he did, or I think it's easier if you use the backboard. He had a perfect angle, had a good rhythm walking toward the basket.
Spencer Hawes to Jeremy Lin. Long three-pointer. Lin rattles it in.
Why not?
The Hornets as a team are 4 for 5 from distance. And a kickball.
I mean, look who's coming in the game now. They have been on a tear, the Hornets have offensively, and Al Jefferson and Kemba Walker are now subbing in.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin recognizes Derrick Rose goes under the screen, and immediately he says, I'm going to get to my sweet spot. Use the screen that my big Spencer Hawes set for me, knock down a 3, and then get a little congratulatory slap there by Spencer.
Gasol, Mirotic, Rose, McDermott, and Butler, the 5 on the floor for the guys in red. And a shot clock violation. Bulls give it right back.
Great defensive effort by the Hornets.
Bulls are out of sorts right now, really, on both ends of the floor. That's their 8th turnover. 15 points Charlotte has scored on those turnovers, and they haven't become even close to stopping the Hornets offensively.
Lin fakes one way, goes the other. Been a tough opening stretch for the Hornets. Down in Miami against the Heat, and then 2 in a row against the Atlanta Hawks. Tough slate for anyone. Now home here against the Chicago Bulls. Everyone breathing a little bit easier with this working margin of 24 points. It seems like Coach Clifford does be pretty darn steady for the first week of the season, even though the breaks haven't gone. The Hornets win.
Yeah, he knows he's got a good group of guys, good team. It's just a work in progress. Been in every game. It's just couple of minutes over a 48-minute stretch where they really became unfocused and lost the game, but I don't see that tonight. Focus is there.
Kemba Walker goes past the screen from Al Jefferson, gives it back to Big Al. Offensive rebound. 18-footer, Kemba switches it.
Every guy in white is really using the ball fake to their strength tonight. I wonder if that was in the scouting report. Show the ball to the Bulls, they'll jump at it.
Jimmy Butler hits the 3-pointer. Hornets shooting 65% as a team. Haven't missed a free throw, 11 for 11 at the stripe. Kaminsky off the window! Everything falling tonight!
The bank is open!
Hornets up by 26 points. And Gasol normally hits that shot.
The Hornets have really picked it up with their rebounding. Coach Clifford stressed that their defensive possession is not over until they gain possession of the basketball. That includes the rebound.
That's just the second 3-pointer missed by the Hornets. They're 5 for 7. McDermott, quick trigger. He was the college player of the year just 2 years ago, former Creighton Blue Jay. points for McDermott. He was a non-factor as a rookie playing under Tom Thibodeau. No worries for Steve Clifford's bunch. The Hornets alive here in Uptown. They're on top by a whopping 23. I like that number. Steve Clifford looking at that stat sheet and just grinning to himself. Looking for the first win of the year. His Hornets have a 58-35 lead. Nick Batum and the guys shooting 63% from the field. Design out of bounds play of beauty. Open up a look for Batum, just couldn't hit it.
Coach Cliff is probably looking for something he can gripe about at halftime. Good luck with that.
Derrick Rose wearing that mask. Second time he's rang the bell. Derrick Rose won an MVP in 2011. Since he won his MVP, 2011, back in the spring, he's played a grand total of 105 games.
It's not a lot.
He's had knee issues.
Looks like he's dropped a couple of pounds.
Gasol, no. Rebounded by Chicago guy Frank Kaminsky. P.J. Hairston back on the floor, and he splashes the triple.
That's pretty basketball. You throw it to the post, cut off the post, the corner is filled. The defense has to collapse to help on the basketball, and P.J. lines up his second triple.
Now, Jimmy Butler gets whacked in the face. Cody Zeller can identify.
Al is pleading his case. He does not like that call. Looks like it got hit by Al's elbow in the temple area while he was trying to drive. Incidental contact.
Butler stays on the floor. Gasol swoops past Jefferson. Couple open looks. Middleton finds Derrick Rose. Hasn't made a three all year. His floater is short. And it's Bulls basketball for you fans of history wondering what's the record for the Hornets scoring in the first half? It's 75. And Del Curry, you were a big part of that.
Wow.
Early January 1993. You guys had 75 at the half against the then New Jersey Nets.
I don't remember it, but with 75 points, I gotta believe I was a big part of that.
You had 47. 75 points is actually the record for the first half and the second half. Can't do any better than that. Rebounded Al Jefferson. Kemba Walker. The threes keep draining. 9 first half points for Kemba Walker. The Hornets are 7 of 9 from 3.
Filling up the hive.
Middleton. Out of control. That'll be an offensive foul on the second-year pro from Montenegro.
Hornets have been on a roll offensively, up 64-37 against the Bulls. Kemba Walker has joined in the three-point shooting party. Knocking that down, he's happy to see one drop through. Way to go, Kemba.
Fan of the game presented by Roll Oral and Facial Surgery. Everyone going crazy here at Time Warner Cable Arena. And why not? The Hornets on fire with a massive lead. Hornets doing it via the long ball.
That little guy said, keep it going. There's P.J. Spencer from the top. Jeremy Lin joins the party. Spencer again, short corner. And then the young fella steps back and kisses it off the glass. Kemba off an offensive rebound. The Hornets are 7 of 9 from 3. And everybody that's made a 3 has yet to miss. Only guys missed. Zeller 0 for 1. And Marvin Williams 0 for 1.
Cody Zeller back with the team on the floor. Had to go back to the locker room when he had blood coming from his nose. Good to see him back and seemingly available. Two minutes to play here in our first half. Jimmy Butler. He's been as advertised. He's in double figures with 14. That leads Chicago. Bad pass. Kemba Walker throws it away. 2-on-1. And Butler rewarded with 2 free throws.
But only the third turnover, but I'll give Kemba half that turnover, PJ the other half. As Kemba drives, PJ's got to sprint over and fill that area. He did not sprint over, and that made the pass a little too longer. Kemba got too much air under it, but if PJ slides over and fills the spot where Kemba started to drive, he's going to get a wide open jump shot.
Kind of a weird number with Jimmy Butler. He leads the Bulls in scoring. He's got 14 points. But they keep track of plus minus what the score is when you're on the floor.
Yeah.
When Jimmy Butler's on the floor today, the Bulls are being outscored by 23.
That's why you can make what you want out of that plus minus.
I was just about to say, that's why coaches don't like that.
That's an analytics guy stat.
Shot clock down to 3. This is a rarity here in the first half. 23-point lead for the Hornets. Aaron Brooks. Good job by Kemba Walker to stop the ball. Gasol can't hit the dump down, and a late whistle. A late whistle, and the foul called on Jefferson.
And the Hornets bench, along with Al Jefferson, just explodes after that foul is called. Wow, you tell me. You can't believe it. Look at that. That tells it all right there.
It didn't look like much to me at all.
And the big thing is his third foul.
Yeah, that's why it's checked.
Yeah.
We're told the number is 8 for Cody Zeller. 8 stitches on the bridge of the nose. So Cody Zeller wakes up, signs the contract extension, his 4th-year option picked up. And then he's off to a good start offensively and defensively. And he gets whacked across the nose. Talk about a roller coaster. Kemba Walker, Frank Kaminsky, Nick Batum, Spencer Hawes, PJ Hairston, the 5 on the floor. Kaminsky left alone for some reason. Pau Gasol didn't read the scouting report.
Wow. Right in the pocket, catch, find the front of the rim, and put the ball right over the top of it.
Gasol had 0 interest in a closeout. Middleton. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone blatantly disregard a shooter as much as Gasol did. Kemba Walker. Difference game clock and shot clock is 12 seconds. Hornets should get it back with a chance to get to 70 here in the first half. Gasol splashes. No reason not to shoot a 3. I'm getting greedy. I'd love to see 70 first half points.
Well, they're not thinking about that, unfortunately. They think just continue to play, get a good shot like we've done all half long.
Hornets record for first half points is 75. They're not going to get there tonight, but they're going to get close. Left-handed layup up and in. This is just glorious. 69 first half points for the Hornets. Brooks ends it with a triple for the Bulls. So a semblance of life for the visitors from Chicago, but not a ton. After 24 minutes, the score, a whopping 69 points for the Hornets, just 47 for the Bulls. Let's check in with Stephanie down on the floor with Kemba Walker.
Thank you so much, Eric. Kemba, this is what we've been waiting for, right? We knew in the offseason that this is what this Hornets team was capable of doing. Tell me what's been the difference so far tonight.
I think our energy. From the beginning of the game, we came out with some intensity, and we fixed our mistakes that we've been making in the past, and it's helping us.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Eric.
Well, in the last couple of days, club officials widening those rims here at Time Warner Cable Arena, and they have been used to perfection. A 69 spot through 24 minutes. We will have halftime festivities when we return. As the Hornets get ready to start quarter number 3. Moments ago, Stephanie Reddy caught up with Hornets assistant coach Pat Delaney.
Thank you so much, Eric. Coach Delaney, this is a much different team than we saw this first half than the other previous 3 halves. Why are they looking different tonight?
Well, I think a lot of it, again, we talked about it this morning, our defense is what fuels our offense. A lot of activity and energy down this end of the floor. Got us some easy ones early, but again, it's all about sustaining play. It's a four-quarter game, we know that.
Now, I know that coaches always are going to try to find something, some adjustment, something you can fix, something you can improve upon. What is it that you guys think you might be able to do better in the second half?
Well, we just think defensively we could be even better. You know, the ball was getting to the middle of the floor a little bit. We did give up one back cut, and we got to stay down on the shot fake game. If we can do that, we feel like we can get out in the open court and keep that ball moving.
Thank you, Coach. If you can point out the one back cut you gave up, you're in good shape. Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Eric Dell.
Great point, Stephanie. We are underway. The Bulls and their team starting five on the floor. Rose, Middleton, Gasol, Snell, and Butler.
There was no hesitation in Coach Delaney when you asked him what could it improve on. I mean, he had him right here. He anticipated the question.
And the rip away. Good defense played by Al Jefferson on the first defensive possession of the second half. And Jefferson rewarded on the other end.
Kemba Walker. I love how he turns the corner, draws the defense. Gasol's got to leave Al to stop the dribble drive and a quick pass back, easy jump shot.
And after watching Kemba Walker, you got to think that he knew that Al Jefferson had a nice defensive stop and he rewarded him with the basketball.
Absolutely. That's the little things that point guards learn. They take care of the big man when he does his job on the defensive end.
Step out jumper is good. 2 for 2. Al Jefferson, 12 points.
It worked on the right side. Why not try it on the left?
And you know Al is feeling it when he does the follow-through hold and the snap back after.
Largest lead in the first half was 27 for the Hornets. They're up by 26 right now. And Kemba Walker, he does that as well as any small guard in the NBA. Just the sneak attack rejection.
Well, he knew that Mirotic had shot on his mind, and look, PJ holds him up. Kemba Walker from behind and celebrates. There's not a lot of times when a point guard can get a clean block like that.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Butler having to heave it up. Another thing the Hornets doing better than the Bulls. They have 4 block shots. The Bulls have 0. Hairston using that good body inside. Comes up empty. Marvin Williams. Offensive rebound, but a foul going for the loose ball called on Hairston. Second personal foul on Hairston.
Foul charged the Hornets number 19, P.J. Harrison. That's his second personal foul. First team foul for your Hornets, Chicago Bulls.
Folks, this is a Chicago Bulls team that has high expectations. They think they can go toe-to-toe with the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference. Batum, strong finish. And a quick timeout called. Fred Hoiberg is pulling his hair out in clumps right now. His team with 0 energy. What a wonderful way to spend a Tuesday evening for the Hornets. Feasting on the Bulls, up 28. 5:47, 10:03 remaining third quarter. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with the Movember Foundation in their commitment to changing the face of men's health. Join us at moteam.com/fox-sports to learn more about how we're getting involved in the Movember movement. We saw Spencer Hawes. He's growing a mustache in support of Movember. We'll be chronicling the development of those whiskers over the next 30 days.
I'm just glad I wasn't asked to participate. I'm a team player and all, but I draw the line.
With Stephanie Reddy and Doug Curry, I'm Eric Collins. The woes continue for the Bulls.
You know, you said it, Eric. There's no energy really on either end for the Bulls, especially the offensive end. The Hornets are getting the basketball, moving it wherever they want, and finding wide open shooters.
Yeah, somewhere Tom Thibodeau is looking at his television and shaking his head. The defensive coach, who's the head coach of the Bulls last handful of seasons, replaced by Fred Hoiberg, and things haven't gone so well tonight on Hoiberg's watch. Pau Gasol. If you got to 75 points for an entire game against a Tom Thibodeau team, you felt like you'd done something.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, but this is really what we expected out of this Hornets team. When they reworked the roster, when they brought in all the 7 new players that we keep talking about, how they added the depth, they added the versatility, the skill set improved, the shooting improved markedly. This is what we have been expecting. When we saw the 7-1 preseason record, this was the type of play that we've been waiting for.
Okay, guys, big picture question. With Batum at the free throw line, he splashes the first. He is now 12 for 13 at the free throw line. Going forward, who's going to be the technical free throw shooter on this team? You got Batum, he's great, 90%. Kemba Walker is 17 for 19. Jeremy Lin is now 15 for 16. Who's the best free throw shooter on the team?
Well, with so many guys on the floor having that good a percentage, you can challenge each other and say who's ever got the best percentage on a nightly basis shoots those free throws until they miss. When they miss, it falls to the next guy.
Very good.
Jimmy Butler gets the 3. Del, was there a team that you were on where you were not the designated free throw shooter?
No. Either I was the best free throw shooter or I had the most seniority. One or the other.
People at home, I wish you could have seen the face, the facial expression that he just shot Eric, as if you could even ask that question.
Dare you ask me that question?
Al Jefferson hits it. 14 points for Jefferson. Gasol, half hook and it fell. That's a veteran right there, just knowing how to find the bottom of the hoop.
I'll give you one example when maybe the best free throw shooter doesn't shoot. It's when maybe a guy gets in the game for the first time who's a very good shooter, and he'll say, hey, can I shoot this just to see it go through, just to feel the ball and get a rhythm. It's the only scenario when the best guy shooter on the floor does not shoot.
No, that's too easy. That may cause Steve Clifford to call a timeout. Jimmy Butler got right to the rim. That was a very rare defensive lapse for the Hornets tonight.
Yeah, you know, we talk about organization and focus, and you're always thinking about that when you're trying to come back from behind, but it's more important when you're up, because it's easy to have lapses, especially mental ones, and coaches want to see that you can maintain that focus no matter the circumstance you're in.
Marvin Williams, creative tap. Points 3 and 4 for Marvin.
And good recognition right there by Marvin. Al drew the double team. He kicked it out to Batum. Marvin slid in front of his defender as he was ball watching. He was right there at the front of the rim, tipped that ball back in.
Derrick Rose continues to struggle with the jumper. Hasn't made a three-pointer so far this season. He's now 0 for 9. Marvin Williams steps into a 3. Can Derrick Rose be an effective player if he doesn't hit an outside jumper?
Score the basket, Jimmy.
I'm not sure, but Marvin Williams continues to be an effective player for Charlotte. Look at hustle right in front of Snell right there and tip that ball in while 3 Bulls are around him.
Stephanie, I want to ask you that question. Derrick Rose, from a coach's perspective, is it hard to game plan against him if he can't make the outside jumper and he's just a driver?
Well, I think at this point it's tricky because you don't know when it's going to click back on for him. I think a lot of it has to do with his vision not being 100% there yet. When that happens, then you won't know if the jump shot will continue to fall or be off as we've seen it be tonight. But his explosiveness has always been his worth. So as long as he still has that, he's still a very dangerous player.
Ball tapped around and Cody Zeller back on the floor, taps it to Kemba Walker. Fresh shot clock. Batum, everything but down. And an offensive foul, legal screen set. Joakim Noah, who continues to struggle through 5 games.
It's going to take a really process, a learning process for Noah to come off the bench as a reserve. Now, he started most of his career. Ooh, that could have been worse than it was with the elbow up around the neck area. But again, Noah's going to have to make a transition as far as how he plays coming off the bench.
Guys, it was 2 years ago that Joakim Noah was first team All-NBA. First team. He's a non-factor now.
Well, there were talks about him being an MVP candidate because he was doing so many things, not just scoring and rebounding, blocking shots, getting steals. And I think with him coming off the bench for this Bulls team now, it changes their defensive landscape. He was the anchor of their defense. He was the engine, that mouthpiece of it.
Substitution for the Bulls returning.
HornetsFanshop.com is the #1 online source for authentic Charlotte Hornets apparel and merchandise online. Sign up and save 10% on your next purchase now at HornetsFanshop.com. PJ Hairston gunning to possibly be that technical free throw shooter. He's a perfect 5 for 5. Doesn't know what it's like to miss so far this season at the free throw line. Pau Gasol off the window. The Spaniard, Pau Gasol. He's got 13 points. Lead is 23.
Sharp. It's important that they not go through a lull offensively and come up short on offensive possessions. Remember, in the fourth quarter the other night, I don't want to bring it up, but it's trouble scoring the basketball. So you want to continue to keep your foot on the gas offensively.
That's right. They were 4 for 24 in that fourth quarter. It was horrendous offensively.
Last touch by Batum. Four and a half minutes remaining, third quarter. Doug McDermott, quick trigger. He can really get that ball off in a hurry. Three-pointer, he's got 11 points and a timeout called by the Hornets.
Al Jefferson knocking down the jump shot. We've always known he's got the soft touch, but look at the hustle. The lighter, quicker, more nimble. Al Jefferson, love what we see.
Point lead for the Hornets, looking for their first win of the year after losing the first 3 games, 2 on the road, and then Sunday against Atlanta. Now time for the Metro PCS Unlimited Performance. Take a look at the upcoming schedule, a trio of road games for the Hornets.
Tricky schedule for these Hornets. We talked about 6 games in 12 days, but look who the opponents are. Look who they've got to face. Dirk Nowitzki, he is a handful. I don't care what you say. Defensively, there's so many things that he can do. You have to game plan for all of that. And in the Spurs, all you have to do is mention that name, that organization. They've been winning for a long time.
And the Wolves, very explosive offensively. Young team. Marcus Aldridge finally had a good game for the Spurs. He's building his way around the family atmosphere there in San Antonio.
That is a very scary prospect if he starts to play well and they all start clicking on all cylinders.
Shot clock winding down. Jeremy Lamb noticed and hit the three-pointer. 9 points for Jeremy Lamb, who this morning signed a contract extension. Congratulations to Jeremy. McDermott, one and done, snatched down by Cody Zeller, playing with 8 fresh stitches across the bridge of the nose. Kemba Walker kept waiting for someone to challenge him. Nobody did. Misses the jumper. Now, as impressive as this lead is for the Hornets, they're not really approaching the lead that the Warriors had yesterday against the Memphis Grizzlies. People around the league still buzzing about that. The Warriors won by 50. And the Grizzlies, high hopes down there in Memphis. Congratulations, Thomas Davis. The Panthers still perfect. He's been in both games so far this year here. Time Warner Cable Arena.
Oh, he's a big Hornets fan.
Kemba Walker.
It's a lot to watch on TV last night.
I'll tell you what, I went to the Panther game, came home, had to watch some NBA. Thought I'd never get to bed.
That took overtime, but the Panthers got it done. Almost had its big lead slipped through the fingertips. Kemba Walker. 13 points for Kemba.
It only took 4 games to add to the crossover highlight victim reel of Kemba Walker.
Wow, smallest man on the floor, Aaron Brooks, half hook on top of Kemba Walker. poke away. One of the best defenders in the game. Jimmy Butler got a steal. He averages close to 3 steals per game.
He's second in the NBA in that category. And Coach Clifford specifically talked about him this morning in shoot-around, saying you must be aware of where he is at all times because he finds a way to get in the passing lane and get his hands on the ball.
Every game this year, and that's his second steal. He's had multiple steals. So again, still hangs his hat defensively. Charlotte able to get another bucket.
Hornets have 4 different players in double figures. Noah wanted the foul call, is not going to get it.
You know, you bring that up, Eric, and Marvin Williams is the only starter.
Count the bucket and the foul, Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb is comfortable. He's sitting at the cool kids table at lunch now.
Taking lunch money. Look at that move. Adjusts the body and the ball. Gets it on the floor. A little fist pump there. He's probably buying dinner tonight. For somebody.
Jeremy is now the 5th Hornet
Substitution for your Hornets.
in double figures. And that free throw meant something. That's the first free throw missed so far tonight. The Hornets had made their first 15.
It's impressive.
So something to work on tomorrow, practice.
Nobody's perfect.
Look at the disparity. Oh my goodness. The Bulls below 500 at the line. McDermott, I'm telling you, I think he's going to be a factor this year.
Tell you what, quick trigger, catch and release. You got a lock and trail on this guy.
Over 3,000 college points. Playing for his dad. Out of Omaha, Nebraska. And Cody Zeller traveled. No, he was on the sideline. I apologize.
A turnover, nonetheless.
Inside McDermott, finished off by Gibson. Lead is still 17 for the Hornets. And fingers are pointed to the shot clock. It's being reset to 20 seconds.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, it's the NBA. Everybody's going to make a run. I mean, you have a 20-point lead. You just be able to score, match them in scoring because you've already done the deal defensively. If you just match the Bulls in scoring, you're going to win this game.
Batum got it, a long 2-pointer for Nick. 94 points through 3 quarters. And no shot. Ball goes back over to the Hornets.
To the Bulls, number 13,
Joakim Noah continues to struggle. For Noah, that's 3 personal fouls.
Hornets basketball.
You know, Noah is the perfect example of how sometimes statistics don't tell the whole story.
Jeremy Lamb all the way to the rim.
That was a free one. That was a 2-for-1 play. So Lynn didn't settle for the jump shot. Again, saw a wide open lane and a clean drive straight to the rim.
Butler sitting on 24 points. Make it 26. Came in averaging a team high 19. Shot clock off. Lynn, moonball off the window! Second time tonight, the Hornets have used the glass on a triple. Butler would have counted if it went, but it didn't go. The Hornets have now scored at least 30 points in all 3 quarters. It's getting crazy. Fourth quarter. What's on tap next? Games are here again, here at Time Warner Cable Arena. Take a look at our game summary presented by Charlotte Comfort Systems.
Well, you love what you see that first row, 55% from the field, and then the free throw, only missing one for the entire night.
Look at the bench. 4 players with 5 or more points. That's spreading the wealth out, sharing the basketball, and everybody that's been in the game has scored.
And how about this? Even during commercial breaks, the Hornets are scoring. The Hornets just got an extra point added to the total. What we thought had been a 2 for, I believe, Nick Batum was reclassified as a 3. So from 99 to 100 points magically. You know you're hot when you're scoring when you're not even on the floor. So 100 points, already a season high, and we're just starting the 4th quarter. Jeremy Lin with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. Offensive rebound, Cody Zeller. Oh my! Playing with swagger, a 3-pointer.
Wow, that was a huge shot because you had to recycle the shot clock. Zeller's just trying to get it out to release some pressure. And Lamb says, okay, I'll release the pressure. I got a pressure release for you. Knock down a triple.
Jeremy Lamb signing a contract extension just this morning and celebrating tonight with 14 points. Cody Zeller will shoot 2 times.
This was the basket that they reviewed during the commercial break. You can see his toes are clearly behind the line, so he got the extra point there. And then Jeremy Lamb, talk about hot. Look at him, after he makes the shot, he's just shaking his head.
Wow.
One shot, gentlemen, one shot on the release.
Jeremy Lamb from Atlanta, Georgia. Played a couple of years at UConn. Won a national championship 2011. Playing in the same backcourt with Kemba Walker.
How about that? Kemba's been a big influence on him. Once he got to the organization, kind of helped him feel at home, feel more comfortable. Jeremy Lamb was part of that big trade from OKC to Houston that sent James Harden to Houston. That's how he got 3 years in OKC, and now he's in Charlotte, and both parties are happy, he and the organization.
There's a lot to like with Jeremy Lamb. Long, 6'6", influenced the game both ends of the floor. That foul was called on Doug McDermott as he pushed Jeremy Lin. Niko Mirotic back on the floor. Mirotic is a great offensive player, but somewhat of a turnstile defensively. Backdoor cut, Lin scores at the rim, and he's fouled.
Foul charge to 0, Aaron Brooks.
Keeps getting better. Look at Spencer Hawes. He's waiting for Lin to come off that dribble handoff. Lin with an upcut and then backdoor and a perfect pass from Spencer Hawes.
We talked about the fact that the Hornets only 41% shooting on 2-point field goals coming into today's game. They're shooting 55% on their layups and jumpers inside the 3-point line. So much improved. Etuan Moore into the game. That's Mirotic. Foot was on the line. Zeller.
There's 2 wonderful things that could happen tonight. One has already happened. You can get pizza tomorrow because the Hornets have scored 108 points. The other one would be a win. Real close to that.
Half hook inside Spencer Hawes. 110 points for the Hornets, still with 9:44 remaining. It has been a special evening here at Time Warner Cable Arena. I think you got some chafing of the hands. Everyone's clapping so much. They're worn out. Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the new cheddar onion buttery Jack today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Mazda. Driving matters. So much has happened here tonight through the first 3 quarters and change. 110-77 lead for the Hornets, and we're going to talk about it extensively. Stay tuned for tonight's Hornets Live post-game show. presented by your local Town and Country Toyota. That is coming up next when this game draws to a close. Smiles all the way around, but somehow, Dell and Stephanie, you guys will find a way that the Hornets need to improve. That big 3-game road trip coming up over the next couple of days. Todd Gibson, chin up inside.
Well, there's no such thing as a perfect game. I think that's why we all love it so much. We strive for the perfection.
This is going to take some doing, but we're going to have to start thinking who possibly is going to be the Sprite player of the game.
There's a lot of candidates.
Yes, there is.
14 fouls for the Bulls.
4 personal fouls on Aaron Brooks. It is possible that the Bulls have officially waved the white flag. They have 5 bench players on the floor right now. Brooks rips it away from Lynn. This is Bobby Portis, his first playing time on an NBA floor, and he splashes a long 2-pointer. Rookie out of Arkansas is Bobby Portis. Frank Kaminsky. Lamb barely had it in the pants and still almost hit the jumper. Hawes. This has been his best shooting game as a Hornet. 13 points for Hawes.
I love that when the ball swings around the horn, every single person that gets a touch is a candidate to launch the long ball.
Spencer Hawes could be a candidate for our Sprite player of the game. 5 for 6 in the field. 3 for 3 shooting 3-pointers.
Watch this ball movement when they get the rebound. Kaminsky kicks it out. Lynn then hits Hawes. It's always that second pass that finds the shooter wide open.
Absolutely. On a long rebound, I loved it because you knew the defense was scrambled out. Your man was probably thinking his team was going to get the ball, and he was ready to make the transition to the offensive end. So find an open area, you'll find an open shot.
We talked about it on Hornets Live. With 3 consecutive road games after tonight, winning here and getting that first win, important.
Major. You don't want to say a must win, but I think for the psyche of the team going out on the road, you at least had to play better than you played the first 3 games.
High arcing shot doesn't fall for Lynn.
The way they've played has been tremendous, and of course there's no surprise that Brooks took that shot. He's been taking long, awkward shots all evening. It's kind of what he's known for. He likes to score. But the way the Hornets have been playing has been tremendous because they're accomplishing so many things. They're obviously shooting very well from the field, including from behind the arc, but we're seeing better ball movement than we've seen all season.
Kaminsky has Aaron Brooks on him, can't take advantage. These are some valuable minutes for Frank Kaminsky, trying to earn more playing time. And a foul call will send Todd Gibson to the line, trying to convert a 3-point play. The foul's called on Spencer Hawes. If you're Coach Clifford and you're watching Frank Kaminsky on the floor, what are some of the important things, if you have a checklist, that he needs to check off to earn more playing time?
Well, you start off with he's got a rebound for his size. Even though they're playing 4 out and 1 in, you need your bigs to get boards. You also want to see if he's making the right decisions. I don't think you're going to necessarily need to check off double-digit scoring per se, but you want to see him make the right choices with the basketball, whether it be shoot it, find his open teammate. We've seen him do that off the dribble, make the defense collapse on him, and he kicks it out to an open shooter. Those are the kind of things that's going to get him more time out there.
Jeremy Lamb is showing you what the future could look like. 16 points, all of them highlight reel worthy.
Psycho T, his first action of the year. Hands, bro.
Special day for him.
Yep.
That's right, he's the birthday boy.
2 points for the freshly minted 30-year-old. His first bucket as a member of the Hornets.
And he gets a standing out from his teammates.
Kind of hard to believe that Tyler Hansbrough, who's known since he was 18 years old at Carolina, is now 30. Wow. Jeremy Lamb, 18 points, by far and away his most effective game with his new organization.
Is the ink dry on that deal?
3-point basket, McDermott.
Doug McDermott has 17 points. A few bright spots for the Bulls tonight. Hansbrough would love to have that back. He lost it on the way up, but Lynn gets it back. Hansbrough, offensive foul.
An offensive foul charge the Hornets number 50, Tyler Hansbrough with his first foul. Timeout!
Timeout on the floor. Birthday boy would have liked to get a call. He didn't get it. Take a look at our game summary presented by Mazda. Batum, Jefferson, Walker, Lamb, just 4 of the stars. You probably could make a list. There's a lot of other guys you can put on there as well.
I just love the way that looks.
Yeah, can we have Sprite players of the game, plural?
Number 22, Brian Roberts.
Etwan Moore rattles it in. Brian Roberts in running the point right now. Hasn't played in a couple of games. Played in the season opener down in Miami, but has not played since. Frank Kaminsky, Tyler Hansbrough. Troy Daniels on the floor for the first time this year. This is Troy. 3-pointer for Troy. Good start to his campaign.
Absolutely. I thought Kaminsky had waited just a second too long to get him that basketball, but Troy Daniels had one thing in mind, getting his shot up.
Cameron Bairstow in the game right now for Chicago. Bobby Portis can't believe what's happening to him.
Travelers at home.
Boy, that's pretty good. You can come right off the bench, your first touch of the basketball, and you hit nothing but net from deep.
Something magic in the number 30 here. You allowed to play for the Hornets and not have a good jumper if you wear number 30?
I don't think it's allowed.
No.
Lamb! Oh my! With the lefty finger roll!
Well, I think he just sealed it.
No, I'll tell you what.
20 points off the pine for Lamb. And Lamb was out of bounds, hadn't reestablished himself when he touched the basketball.
My goodness.
Look at take the contact, fight through it, look off the defender, and then get to the hole with the left hand.
And so pretty.
Welcome to the NBA, Bobby Portis.
Portis had a pretty good preseason, and they're just so deep that he hadn't been able to find any time. But young fella, the regular season is not the preseason. That shot right there will tell you so.
Stays with the Hornets, 11 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It started early. Steve Clifford's team scoring 37 points in the first quarter. They scored 32 in the second quarter, 31 in the third. It has been a consistent team effort throughout the course of the evening. Kaminsky can't find it. Kind of makes you wonder why Oklahoma City would let go of Jeremy Lamb and all he can do on the floor.
Well, I think they had to make a decision, whether to extend him or try to get something back for him in a trade scenario, and that's what their decision was. Charlotte took advantage of that.
Hansbrough will shoot 2 times at the free throw line. Well, now this night of near perfection at the free throw line is going to be tested. The Hornets 18 for 19, 94.7% at the free throw line. And here are the first 2 free throws of the year for Hansbrough.
On his birthday. Come on.
I sense a couple splashes. Oh, silky. Stay tuned. Tonight's Hornets Live post-game show presented by your local Town & Country Toyota. We will talk about the game that was and What a special 48 minutes we have seen. We'll talk about the key play of the game, and of course, we will hear from the head coach, Coach Cliff. And Bairstow is getting looked at. I think he may have been whacked in the nose, on the nose. Not going to need the 8 stitches that Cody Zeller had to take.
Just plug the hole up and keep going.
Poor Cody.
One shot.
With the facial injuries.
His mom still loves him. It's going to leave some scars. All those scratches. Look at that.
That's definitely going to leave a mark.
Etuan Moore wears number 55, unusual number in the NBA, but he wears it because he was the 55th selection in the draft when he came out of Purdue. The Boston Celtics popped him 55th overall. In fact, 2011, he's worn number 55 every place he's played. Orlando, Boston, and now Chicago. Brian Roberts gets it to go, his first field goal. So everyone has contributed now. Every Hornet in uniform has scored at least one field goal.
This is such a nice thing to be able to witness that. At this point in the game, 2.5 minutes left, it's your third string in, and you still have scores on the floor.
Yeah.
Luxury that the Hornets have not had in years past.
Bobby Portis, 2.5 minutes remaining. Hornets going to pack up. They're going to practice in tomorrow morning and then head to Dallas. Going to take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks on Thursday night. And they'll head to San Antonio and take on the Spurs. They'll have a couple of days off on the road. And then Minnesota next Tuesday, a week from today. Timeout on the floor. Jeremy Lamb, how do you do? Swooping left-handed finger roll. He's making 30-footers. He's going wherever he wants to on the court tonight.
Welcome back to the Hive at Time Warner Cable Arena, and it is sweet as honey tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's defensive play of the game, brought to you by CPI. It's the Hornet point guard, Kemba Walker. He leads them in blocks tonight. He's got one. There it is. PJ, you hold him up, and Kemba Walker will come and help and do the rest. Get it out of here. Meritage.
Oh, my. Cameron Bairstow somehow threw the hand falling down in the lane. It's going 100 miles an hour and still got it to go. All right, Del, big picture question. What's more impressive? The fact that the Hornets have scored 128 points, or the fact that they've held a very good offense in Chicago under 100?
Wow, good question. He's in half full. I'm going with the points. Especially the way we ended the game against Atlanta here the other night. Fourth quarter, could not score the basketball. And to talk about it is one of my keys, have consistent flow throughout the game. And boy, have they done that.
This Bulls team came in 3-1 through 4 games. Another rebound, Jeremy Lamb. His number's astounding. Every shot he's taken inside the arc, he's made. 7 for 7 on 2-pointers. He's 2 for 3 shooting 3-pointers. On the day he signed a contract extension, Jeremy Lamb, 20 points to go with 4 rebounds, to go with 3 assists, and just the manner in which he scores.
Yeah, only 24 minutes, so that's being very efficient. And how about the rebounds? Coach Clifford was worried about that category coming into the game. Chicago's always been a good rebounding team. Charlotte 51 of them. The Bulls 32.
Oh my.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2.
2 more free throws for the birthday boy. Can you call him a birthday boy anymore? He just turned 30.
No. Once you hit the big 3-0.
When you don't look forward to the birthdays anymore.
Yeah. Always good when he's got a smile on his face.
There it is. Still a little bit special. Michael Jordan, see his former team fall down a peg. Etuan Moore. Head coach for the Chicago Bulls, Fred Hoiberg, was a member of the Chicago Bulls. He was part of that team during the dark ages, when Michael, Scotty, Dennis Rodman all moved away. There were some real lean times in Chicago with that brand of Bulls. There was no lean times when Michael Jordan was wearing the red and black. Bobby Portis, how'd he do that?
Wow, it's stat time. Maybe he knew he couldn't catch it. He just tried to tap it up to the rim, maybe to go get it. Fell through.
3 consecutive road games for the Hornets to follow. Dallas, San Antonio, and Minnesota. Another rebound, Hansbrough. That's one thing he will always be, is active inside. Should be the final possession of the game. Fred Hoiberg's Chicago Bulls got blitzed from the get-go. Trailed by 17 after 1 quarter. And they're going to lose by a bunch. Down 27 right now.
Eric, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Charlotte Hornets going out on a road trip and losing the first 3 games of the year. You could not have come in and scripted a better start to finish for a team that needed and wanted their first win very bad.
Bobby Portis hits the final field goal on a Tuesday night here in Uptown Charlotte. What a win for the Hornets. Their first of the year, and they're going to remember it for a while. 130 to 105 in each of the 4 quarters. The Hornets scored at least 30 points.
Being consistent and everybody sharing the wealth.
Stephanie down on the floor, standing by with our Sprite Player of the Game. Stephanie.
Yes, thank you so much, Eric. Our Sprite Player of the Game, Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy, double congratulations for you, sir. First of all, congratulations for the contract extension and also for your performance this evening. Was it easier to play once the ink dried?
It's definitely a huge weight off my shoulders, but my teammates always make it easy for me. And, they just really encouraged me. Was truly happy for me, and luckily I was able to hit some shots for them. But it was a great win. We needed one, and I'm glad we could give the fans a win, and I'm glad we could get a win for ourselves.
Well, you just got a congratulatory slap just now, congratulatory from the owner, Michael Jordan. He's obviously pleased with your performance this evening. The fans have been thrilled. This team tonight showed us what we've all been waiting to see in terms of your versatility and your depth. Can we see this and expect it to see it later on?
We're going to try to grow off it. We're going to use every day to continue to get better. This is just one win. It's a long season, so we got to continue to be humble, get better, and have a good season.
Thank you so much. Nice job tonight, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Eric Dell.
What a day for Jeremy Lamb. Started with a contract extension and it finishes with 20 points on 9 of 10 shooting. He made every single one of his 7 shots from inside the 3-point arc, and he made 2 out of 3 from distance. Lot to talk about on our post-game show presented by Town & Country Toyota. Don't go anywhere.